almost shifting. We got pizza, moving boxes, or else Checkers beats us. Life is rough here in the depths of space. If shit set comes a knocking, we shoot them in the face. Gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, hail cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo. Alright, I got another verse. I hear a boy coming right in my instance, and it just asks me why I blew them all away. But I feel so great now with sovereign Cargonia. Every round we stand our ground. Gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, hail Cargonia, gun cargo, 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 hail Cargonia, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo.
Get back to work.
Woohoo! That was the right one. Oh no, my dudes. Jesus Christ. You have too many of those. You have too many of those, Night Owl. Alright. Sorry about being late, guys. Just had a, just needed to sleep. Alright. No. Alright, we are gonna land on my capital and do some shenanigans. Administratum, Von Valentius Palace. Phallus? What? Okay. We landing. Yep. Oh yes, nobles. Oh, oh! Did you guys see the announcement of the next DLC? Couple bit more. Yes, this is my first time. Apparently there's going to be a few more origins and a couple of pets. That's going to be funny. The Emperor protects. Welcome home, your lordship. A stately woman in a long full dress uniform makes a graceful curtsy. Her short graying hair does not obscure her stern features. I am Clementia Viserion. Oh! Hello, Abelard. It's your relative. Count Chancellor of the Von Valancius dynasty. On behalf of all of Dargonius, please accept my deepest condolences on the untimely passing of Theodora von Valancius. Her departure is a terrible blow to us all, but as one star expires, another one always flares to life. And, although still overcome with bitterness and grief, your subjects hope that you will become the trade dynasty's guiding light in these trying times. Clementia. Abelard offers a reserved nod. She nods in return. The lines on her brow soften ever so slightly. Young man quickly picks up a respirator to his burnt face, bows his head courteously. His raven black hair veils burns and skull implants, and thin metal fingers creaks quietly as he offers a welcoming gesture. Achilles Scalander, secretary at the Administratum Department. I hope your journey to Dargonius was not darkened by unwanted troubles. Emperor protected us, and may remain merciful at us to the end. Does your lordship wish to survey the grounds, or perhaps we could sate your curiosity by answering any questions you might have? Governor Urban Drivestem has been notified of your arrival on Dargonius and will visit the palace shortly. The preparations for the official visit are well in hand, but your lordship still has plenty of time before the meeting. What did you say your last name was? You are correct, your lordship. I am of House Viserion, Lord Abelard's granddaughter and direct descendants. The succession of service is an effective good. It grants new generations an understanding of their function within the mechanism. Chancellor Viserion here has held her position at the Von Valancius court for many years. She earned the Captain Theodora's respect for acts of great perseverance. There's no room for doubt. Blood has nothing to do with it. Emperor blesses those who strengthen humanity's domain through their deeds. You have reason to be proud of your progeny. Looks at you in surprise, but immediately puts on an air of indifference. Why isn't the governor here to greet me? The governor's residence on the other side of the world by the administratum. Hey, what's up, Zerg? Residence on the other side by the administration palace of Dargonius. We sent word as soon as you entered the system, but it still takes time to travel the great distances of your domain. Viserion appears unruffled, but you cannot shake the thought that the governor's lateness is a subtle political gesture designed to test the limits of what is acceptable when it comes to interacting with the new trader. I'd like to rest before the meeting. Where are my chambers? They're very close, just down the hall. Commissioner Holt. That is also where the study and the audience chambers are. Brightens with a pearly white smile, restoring some of his former good looks. Lady Theodora's study has remained locked since her last departure, but on account of your arrival, arranged for it to be tidied up. It is ready whenever you need it. You are dismissed. I apologize for my bluntness, but I have a request to make. Perhaps before this meeting takes place, the illustrious lord could share a few minutes of conversation with me. I am certain you will find my report on the state of affairs of the Von Valancius Protectorate most useful. Alrighty. Jesus Christ, where did everybody go? Oh, interesting. frack is... Hello. Make your people leave. You're bothering me. A fruit-bearing tree at the heart of the hive world is a fascinating sight. They probably use a lot of water to tend to this tree. Ah. There stand 30 men. Walls of your home suffer it. I long to leave this twisted world. Greetings. Hello. Hello. Give. Also, coin to your witcher. Such illustrious society. Well, healed nobles, indeed. Very good business. Okay. Alright, interesting. Everyone's just kind of useless. Other way. Hello. Plaque lists the names of each rogue trader dating back to the day the capital was founded. Interesting. Okay. Lore. Altar is an ancient image of Saint Recurs. Its regal frame is covered in marks. The relic was claimed in a battle on a remote and forgotten world. I love how all of these paintings are just out in the open. There you are. Inspire us with strength and give us courage to overcome your troubles and suffering in your name. Your lordship, let me inform you of the location of the chambers of your dynastic estate. Please. Main throne room is up the stairs and straight ahead. Your subject, Achilles, informed me that he humbly awaits for the opportunity to meet you there. If your lordship wishes to rest, personal chambers are up the stairs to the right. Need anything your soul desires, I'll be right next to your chambers, eagerly awaiting your orders. Just yoink some poor tech priest's tools. Handles on the handrails in the blue chamber, polished 5 times a day. Might as well send a servitor. Description of a statue you get from House Graphic to the Von Valancius. Hello, my compliments to your taste in art. Collection here is extensive and most interesting. Cassia, this is the first time I've fucking been here. This is not mine. Well, under corners, I'll check the secretary's reports and keep an eye on the logisticians. Master Danrock does his job well, but a little scrutiny goes a long way with him. There you go, Der Burger. Hello. Your lordship, the governor is waiting on the periphery of the palace. Please let me know when you would like to see him. Oh no. What are your responsibilities as Chancellor? To put it simply, I am your trade representative. Any and all decrees, deals, and official communication in meetings are first reviewed by me. Forward to you and from you down to the hierarchy. My purview also includes overseeing your lordship's property, the palace, the estates, and many gardens. and other demesnes on Draconius that you have inherited from Theodora. And whenever you are president, you can consider me your personal secretary. What can you tell me about Dargonius? All deals and important decisions are made here on the capital. And years ago, an ancestor of Lady Theodora signed an agreement with the Adeptus Administratum, which allowed for efficient management of the world and neighboring systems. In accordance with the decree, a share of the planet's population was assigned to the Administratum and converted into servitor scribes. They now toil across the entire world. Jesus Christ, just being like, all right, y'all be writing forever. Also, say goodbye to your brain. Jesus Christ. Dargonius is also the seat of several noble families who run all major planets in the Protectorate. If I express my not so humble opinion, they care very little about who exactly stands at the helm. Those piranhas think of their own profits just as much as they do about the prosperity of the Protectorate itself, if not more. So it has its own fleet, a luxury unavailable to a vast majority of the worlds in your realm. In addition to warships, the Protectorate also employs privateer ships, which are used to transport cargo. Does the capital stay in contact with other worlds? Unfortunately, not at this time. After a few representatives of the Adeptus Astra Telepathica Underground went into a frenzy, some of the Psychers were tragically pacified by the respective authorities. Since then, the communication with the neighboring systems has been unreliable at best. Thanks be to the master of mankind that you managed to find your way. Are so volatile, what sense is there in keeping them? Over the many centuries, the intricate hierarchy has formed within the ruling elites. The great houses do more than plunder your treasury. It is replenished to a large degree thanks to their administrative work and their lands. Naturally, you can get rid of anyone who you consider surplus to requirements, but right now, it could threaten the fragile stability that is currently holding the Protectorate together. Any issues I should be aware of? Apart from disrupted communications, Dargonius was recently raided by enemies of humanity. However, the fleet under the command of Captain Marthius Viserion triumphed over the accursed Xenos. If you ask for my opinion on this matter, we have the situation completely under control. You catch her avoiding your gaze for the first time. It's obvious that Clementia is looking out for her house's good name, but despite the confidence you tell, she does not entirely believe her own words. Tell me about the governor. Is a well-respected man, not just on Dargonius, but throughout the Protectorate. For many centuries, his house has supported the capital's administration and the logistics between the Von Valancia systems, dress streams, secured years of order and prosperity for Dargonius. What's more, Ladies Prepares personally insisted that Lord Urban specifically be made the next governor. Either contempt or resentment. No. I don't believe I feel either, your lordship. This stares sternly into the distance, jaw clenching. We have different views on how to run the world. We sometimes have discussions over the laws that are enacted, but we both work for the good of the Von Valancius. That much can be said. I serve Von Valancius. Does he cause any problems? Not at all. Secretary Skylander is an outstanding individual and a loyal servant of the Von Valancius. In her absence, he collaborated on a number of issues related to the well-being of your domain, and he has proven himself quite capable. And I don't know why, but even the governor trembles before Achilles, which is unusual for a man of his, shall we say, standing. I still have matters to take care of, certainly. I do not concern myself with the governor feeling, but I must warn you, your action or action may be interpreted in a certain way. Now, if your lordship will excuse me. Hey, Idra. Oh, good old Dragoners. It's boring here without Lady. She loved the live enough to sleep. There's a couple of crazy decrees and public floggings of flabbergasted nobles. The throne. Interesting. Okay. Hey, Heinrichs. Lack of observers on this world has led to your nobles to become extremely complacent today. Alone. I overheard statements that, if I so wanted, could be turned into grounds for a charge of heresy. Somehow, I agree. Hey, Packy. My appearance has caused a slight disturbance in the ranks of the servants of the Omnissiah of the palace. Analysis of the performance of the rituals and maintenance litanies has produced a satisfactory result. Hey, Achilles. Under figure clad in robes made from expensive fabric, shudders from violent coughing. Pressing a gilded respirator to take several deep breaths. It's been many moons. I hope your cousin is feeling well. She is in good health. She sends her regards to you, as well as her wishes for your swift return. For as long as the stars shine, my vigil continues. And so it does. I'm not so foolish as to fail to notice a conversation in code. Your insight deserves credit. Then again, I expected nothing from Lady Theodora's von Valancius' successor. Let me introduce Achilles Scarron. I love how he just acknowledges it and then doesn't talk about it. To his duties as Secretary of the Administration, acts as an agent of the Golden Throne under my aegis. Master Scarlander was transferred into my remit by a colleague who is engaged in other matters in the Coronis Expanse. I'm sure you will find his service useful, especially when dealing with the schemes of humanity foes within the borders. Greetings. Allow me to once again express my deepest condolences on the loss of Lady Theodora. Everything I can to track down and destroy all of Voigtvir's accomplices on the capital. Anything about what happened to him. Master of Whispers is a heretic and traitor to the dynasty. Word of his treason reached Dark Arrhenius too late. Conrad came to the planet and left it almost immediately, once he had sown discord in the minds of the gullible and the naive. The worst of the rumors he started was that you were the one responsible for the sudden demise. Of course, your loyal subjects did their best to skin alive any who showed signs of doubt, but it seems unlikely that the wardens got to everyone who has allowed doubt in their heart and now nurtures it in secret. What are your responsibilities? Officially, I'm a secretary at the World's Administrative Department. Less officially, I'm afraid I can't disclose that even to you. In short, I collect and investigate reports of heresy taking root on the upstanding planets of humanity. Above all else, I'm concerned about the Xenos threat that hangs over the entire Coronis Expanse, including your protector. Sadly, my mission was complicated by the recent warp disturbances. I'm trying to re-establish contact with my many agents. Tell me about Xenos. Residents of local systems are no strangers to skirmishes with enemies of humanity, but recently the loathsome beasts seem to have completely flown off the handle. We're receiving reports from ships that made it through the warp to Draconius. Both they and the colonies that they departed from are being attacked. We have identified a breed of Xenos that pose a threat. The Drukhari, many ancient and insidious foes. Be vigilant in your travels. The Xenos will undoubtedly attack a rogue trader ship should they find the circumstances to be in their favor. Unfortunately, in the host of humanity, there are those willing to grovel before our enemies in the hopes of a valuable reward. You may be interested to know that we are on the trail of such heretics. Overwhelming evidence indicates a plundered void station at Landgren's Belt is being used as base by a band of pirates who are not above dealing with Xenos. I was unable to persuade a chancellor of the need to dispatch a ship there, but perhaps you would like to pay a courtesy call to these scoundrels yourself. A rumor! Yes. Landgren's Belt. Okay. Anything about the Final Dawn? Is deplorably limited, your lordship. All my attention has been occupied by the Xenos. Von Calix can tell you more about these heretics than I. About your unofficial work. Yes? Rogue Trader or the Interrogator of the Inquisition? And whom does the Rogue Trader serve? The Golden Throne, the Protectorate? Could it be that the one stems from the other? If so, is there any sense? You know what? I'm gonna trust you. I'm not gonna ask those other questions, or ask this. Your agents are your own. I do not need to know them. Other questions? What happened to your face? About 5 years ago, there was an accident. Several tanks of promethium exploded in the storehouse at my estate. I was buried alive in the rubble. Emperor preserved my soul, and skilled physicians of Dargonia saved my body, except for my lungs, with which I had to part. I presume the incident was an attempt on my life, but the identity of whoever was behind it remains a mystery. Promise me a report. I've already forwarded all official reports to your seneschal. As for the conversation we're having right now, I wouldn't trust any paper or data slate with its contents. You see, Theodora, may the Emperor have mercy on her soul, was perfectly aware of Dargonia's political environment. You, however, have only just arrived on the capital world, and I thought it would be best to bring you up to speed. Frankly, most nobles on Dargonius, much like nobles on most worlds, are akin to spiders in a jar, ready to pounce on whoever is the weakest or whoever they deem to be the weakest. The nobles of Dargonius are well-respected, rich, and powerful individuals who held Lady Theodora's favor for many years and found ways to rise above the rest by diligently serving the rogue trader. Every family pursues its own self-interest, and each one expects that with the transition of power, they will retain and even add lands to their wealth. Families I would recommend giving your particular attention to are the drive streams, the gapraks, and the sourbacks. Hey, the sourbacks! I would also mention the Viserians, not a noble house per se, but a family that was part of Lady Theodora's inner circle to the Blue Blood's great displeasure. Tell me about the drive stems. Ancient governor house of Dargonius. Predictably, the greater the wealth of the von Valancius Protectorate, the fuller their coffers grow. Their reputation is flawless, except for one detail. We have evidence that urban drive stems rivals seem to have the misfortune of regularly falling victim to Xeno's raids. I find their attacks always a little too advantageous for the drive teams, but we like solid proof, and it might never suffice. Interesting. The closer an official is to the rogue trader, the braver and safer they feel. I would like to remind everyone that rubbing shoulders with Xenos is a heresy that can be overlooked only in the case of the von Valancius heir, not his servant. He says, looking outside directly at where Yurlet is standing. What makes the graphics special? Hail from a remote forge world, and among their distant relatives there are many servants of the Omnissiah. The house itself is close to the cult of the Adeptus Mechanicus, boldness in spirit, and business contract connections. Graphics oversaw industrial shipments within the Protectorate until recently. Ever since the astropathic communication with Kiva Gamma was severed, they've been quite concerned for the security of the planet in their care. Planet was tainted by the cult of the Final Dawn. Grim tidings, the tragedy that such an industrial world of such a tremendous capacity was brought down by the pernicious influence of the archenemy. Perhaps my colleagues can pick up the cultist trail in the cold void. Of course, would be a small consolation to any of us. Tell me about Sourback. Religious and hardworking. Sourbacks own many enterprises, including distillation manufactorums that produce promethium. I must note that lately members of the Sourback family have been prone to overly liberal statements about von Valancius dynasty. They believe Lady Theodora was lean to leave her worlds without proper oversight. She is my master. Lady Sourback is my master of arms, and she's doing a really good job. Perhaps a bit too heavy-handed, but this is 40k, and she's doing a great job. Tell me about the Viserians. Are a line founded by Lady Theodora Seneschal, and as such are nominally considered nobility, at least on the standpoint from the Imperial Navy, from which Lord Abelard hails. On Dargonius, however, their position is precarious. Firstly, they were never granted an official title. If it ain't heavy-handed, it's probably double heresy. A process, yep, which has been impeded for decades by the old houses of Dargonius. And secondly, and do not see them as equals, but more as upstarts clinging to the rogue trader's favor, are responsible for the capital world's fleet and the majority of the cargo shipments. After hearing that, I now feel the urge to have every one of those sycophants executed. You are naturally well within your right. But remember that this will cause the multi-layered bureaucratic system of Dargonius, of your entire protector, in fact, to come apart at the seams. And that's not even considering the likelihood of attempted reprisals from their families and allies. I would hold off on the death sentences, act with restraint and wisdom, and present for all to see the difficult proof of unwanted house's guilt. Do not mistake me, mass executions are one way to solve your problems, but in that case, you should weigh up every possible scenario before you act. Heresy something, here, say something. Samurai. Enough with the nobles. Was there anything you wanted to report? Yes, there was. At this time, it concerns the main reason for Xenos and the threat they may have posed. The past few months have been difficult for the people who report to me. My eyes and ears scattered throughout the expanse. Orb disturbances, astropaths become overwhelmed with madness, ships disappearing into the immaterium. Many of my observers and contacts have gone dark or have been killed by some calamity or other. Still, I maintain with some key individuals who were able to warn me of the upcoming threats, including Xenos. It is within my power to supply with intelligence on where and when the Xenos will strike. I have no doubt that Governor drives them will beg you for protection against Xenos, and in this fight, the information from my contacts will serve you well. I beseech you, if I ever report a threat looming over a ship or a planet, do not dismiss it. Sometimes it takes an intervention and his mighty void ship to avoid disaster. Tell me about Dargonius. Anything else to report? I must take my leave. According to the message I received, has arrived in court. I imagine the Chancellor's prepared for the meeting. All that's left is notify her that you wish to see. Okay. Oh, hey. Oh. Here's my private chambers, right? Here's my private chambers.
Halt! I noticed something.
Boots. Leather covers, brand names, Argentine, trimmed with gold. Faint mark of polish on the polished fireplace, most likely left by a glass. Agitators producing rhythmic sounds along with faint ringing stands out. Fonts. Features completely indistinguishable due to the patina. Antique piece of furniture, surface covered in a lot of scuffs, scratches, and stains, traces of previous rogue traders who sat. My bedchamber. Oh, hidden door. We're doing a breadth first search. Bizarre safe. Hello. That's a lovely little lovely view of the city. you know, with how many buildings are built on top of each other, it's amazing that the foundations actually exist at all. Dusty times, your eyes on your arms. Absent members of explorers. Serious item in inhuman hands. Mysterious item. Ah, my heresy chamber. Plus 10 to tech use. Plasma weapons. Ooh. Zealots. Those, I'm giving those to Packy. Empty glass and 3 unopened bottles of wine sit on the phone. Blah, blah, blah. Complete absence of external labels. Dust is accumulated on the raised oil smears. Is remarkably quiet and almost homely. Perhaps your predecessor used it when she sought complete solitude, listening to the muted melody come from the box speaker. You imagine theater reading, but glass of wine. Grandmaster's blood, boon of terror, flame of purity. Tangy flavor burns your throat, leaving a spicy, biting aftertaste. Some appear ancient, while others have never been opened. Among data that has been stored using your computator, phrases like litanies and motive force. Title of one of the books. Huh. A hidden button in the spine clicks under your finger. Change the music. Fit screen on the data slate before you displays the names of several Vox symphonies. Recognize the melody that is playing right now. The first of 36 parts of the Symphony of Honor. The room responds to your actions with a quiet grinding sound, and a small nook reveals itself. Databank. Interesting. Yay. I see why you made the why you said make the save. Hello. I am ready. Von Valancius, 20th in his line, rogue trader, keeper of the sacred warrant, and ruler of the Cronus Expanse from the crack system of the 100 to the 100 Dreams Crossroad. I bid you welcome. Urbend Drivestream, governor of the great world, of this great world. First and foremost, please accept my deepest condolences. Difficult to recover from the loss of the woman as great as Theodora. It pains me to think that she is no longer with us. The citizens of Dragonius and the entire Protectorate grieve alongside you. Please allow us to declare half a year of mourning so that we can honor the memory of our beloved lady. Glances at Kivella anxiously, then immediately averts his gaze. Then looks at her again, but when Cabela lets out a grim chuckle and stretches her lips dabbed in fresh blood into a petrifying grin, turns away from her sharply, all but squealing in fear. She deserves nothing more than that. You will declare a full year of mourning. I will immediately give all necessary instructions. Esteemed Fidelo, Theodora was a strong leader. We ought to follow her example. Let us lean on our wisdom and persevere in spite of this tragedy together. Let us carry on where she no longer can by leading Von Valancius to even greater prosperity. Some time ago, the astropaths flew into a rage and they had to be subdued. We are gradually restoring our ability to speak with neighboring worlds, but the contacts are still weak, which are tangled and no longer lead to the systems that the captains expect them to. Given the vast majority of ships in Dargonia's navy travel without relying on the service of navigators, without your engagement, the well-being of the Von Valancius and a billion of its subjects are potentially at risk. As a heretic and a traitor, has he shown his face on Dargonias? Some time ago, but he did not request a personal meeting. A heretic, you say? Now I see where all the whispering in the corridors has come from. I'll be frank with you, your lordship. Lady Theodora's sudden death was a blow to every one of us. Absence of any sort of verifiable and complete information about her successor gives grounds for all manners of rumor and misinterpretations, especially if someone is deliberately inciting unrest and discontent. Naturally, none would dare challenge you by accusing you of something as sacrilegious as murdering a rogue traitor. However, Voigtvier was once a true boon to the Protector back in the day, and as such, some might heed his words. My subjects, too many things have changed in too short a span. I will prove myself worthy of my position. Your desire is most commendable. Please do not forget that ruler should never bow to their attendants, and it might be seen as weakness. What exactly expect from me in light of the loss of roots? You're troubled by the fate of Agro Janus. Supplied Dragonis in the other worlds with foodstuffs. Empty stomachs can drive even modest rabble to revolt. Furthermore, Grapek has prepared loss of communication in the industrial world, which is in your charge. But if you wish to know my opinion, attention is the penal world of Vebos, key mining suppliers. Such interesting concern for Phoebos. Does your house happen to own the extraction stations there? Your lordship, I beg of you, do not interpret my words as an attempt to influence your decision. See if that Vebos, the manufacturing forms of your world, will need to make haste to find new suppliers elsewhere and arrange for new shipments. And in these troubling times, they may run the risk of delays and other tragic mishaps. My only concern is the prosperity of the Von Valancius already taken care of. It was overtaken by chaos worshippers. Willful tidings. I assume that House Graphic is in for an official investigation. If I may remind you, they have particularly close ties with the Adeptus Mechanicus and have served as patrons of Q Gamma. Not to speak in defense of criminals, your lordship, but from where I stand, the outbreak of heresy on Kiva have been perpetrated by a noble family who stands to lose the majority of their wealth should the industrial one. We'll wait for the investigation. Most reasonable. What are we to expect trade to recommence? We'll serve humanity once more, rest assured. We'll be overjoyed to hear that. I thank you for dispelling the darkness of the fate. Already visited and found Governor Viat found herself facing a number of problems in my absence. Viat line was one of the oldest in Von Valancius. If the inheritor of such a well-respected bloodline could not handle what had befallen her, then the situation must have been succumbed to worshipping the ruinous powers and was executed. Truly horrifying. I commend your resolve and unwavering severity. Death to the enemies of humanity. That does it for the planets and the traders. What else? Xenos. Your lordship, I don't rightly know where to begin. Otherworldly beasts are not uncommon sight in the Cronus Expanse. They have been a menace to the worlds. This side of the Maw for decades, but now those abominations are in a rampage. They show no signs of fear as they attack ships, either damaging them to the point they become unfit for transport duty or outright gutting them. Only you have the power to stop this madness. We are in the process of restoring the Athopathic Choir of Dargonius. Luckily, we are forced to slay only some of the deranged psychers, although those that remain are yet unable to transmit messages. I hope Master Scalander will keep his word and offer you his support in the war against the Xenos. According to his reports, the region of Vivos 7 or 6 has been a particular concern in the last few cycles. There's all the more reason to discover the colony's fate as soon as possible. On issues on a smaller scale, there's a certain degree of tension in the capital warranted the unorthodox secession of the Sacred Warrant. Chances of uprising are minimal, of course, and spreading rumors is nothing but a sign of weakness, and it's fine. Nevertheless, I've prepared a list of minor houses that have demonstrated unseemingly discomposure at your succession. What to be done about them? Command the spinners of the blood-spun web. They will set a fine snare of retribution, Daman. We will whisper names, and that whisper will drown out insolent voices. Eliminate the most prominent malcontents quietly, but do not threaten entire families. Hopefully these steps will be enough to keep the rest from causing any more trouble. Yapping about be there no threat. Make arrangements for public purges. All those who have sullied the rogue trader's name must meet their death. Send the lavish gifts. Right. One last thing. Inauguration as bearer of the Sacred Warrant is but a matter of time, and I would like to inquire one crucial detail. I imagine you are intending to uphold a centuries-old tradition, both by equally long-lasting friendship by one of the noble houses. Which houses can represent me at the ceremony? Any of the noble houses located on Draconius. The Drivestreams family, which I lead. The Graphic family, which long ties. The Saddlebacks, known for their piety and diligent service. Perhaps I should also mention the Viserians, who have some influence but are not actually noble. Any one of these houses would be honored to represent you. Do I rock the boat and go Viserion? Or do I just leave it be? Because I kind of want to make the Viserions a noble house. If that's possible. Well, Graphic lost the thing. Sourback, they're okay. Rocking the boat is my birthright. Also, like, the Viserions, like, literally serve at my side. Abelard cut off his balls. And all that. Fuck it. Tell me about yourself. And like you, as oldest and most respected on ancestors walked side by side with yours for generations as they cared for the world's welfare. Your duty is to supervise the governing bodies within the system subservient to you, and we are responsible for the Protectorate's logistics and economic stability. For me personally, I am a humble servant of the Emperor and Lord of the subject. Great pleasure. I had the honor of calling close friend. At Urban's last words, Abelard lets out a sound that could be interpreted as a snort or a cough. Gives a look, which Abelard meets with an expression of nonchalance. What is the ceremony? Until you deal with the pressing issues, the ceremony will be on. Many trade routes are still unavailable in Central Worlds. Our prices, blah blah. That'll be all. Take your time. Since duty calls, I should take my leave. Yay. Okay. Seems we are mostly done here. Indeed. No, don't close the door. Go through the door, you fuck. Terrible news. Subsidiary Hive City, Sycophone, has been destroyed by a series of cascading failures. Production has halted. Millions of people have broken their vows of obedience and are fleeing. Many of them are perishing in the wastelands and overloading. Henchman side leading to neighboring hives. Surrounding residential sectors are becoming increasingly agitated by... What is your decree? Open the gates. say my advisors. The death of the agents troubles me. It may not be a coincidence. I'd avoid letting it into the other hives. There may be saboteurs among them. Setting up prohibitive cordons can be contained. This face often cool strikes to fate with dignity. The other hives do not wish to. The victims themselves teach those living the hives a lesson. Ecclesia will aid the refugees in constructed camps to survive out in the wastelands. Noble houses are trying to wash their hands of this, now predictable, and yet their duty see the planet meets its tithe obligation to regulate refugees. Sees the refugees. Abelard. What was the cause? Unclear. Noble houses blame each other. Agents of these themed Achilles had heroically while trying to save the population. Your final reports mentioned some vulnerabilities in industrial sections of the lower hive, but did not go into further detail. Servants are currently too busy dealing with the consequences. Ecclesiarchy does not ignore the laments. Heirs remain deaf to the pleas of the destitute shall be branded a traitor. Large labor settlements were set up in the ruins of Siphon. The wastelands and neighboring hives have been rounded up there. The harsh wastelands scorched with industrial poison, with only a bare minimum of food and clean water. Settlement residents have begun an arduous and dangerous task of rebuilding their fallen home. Priests sought to share in this burden with the poor souls coming to the villages and preaching to them about the righteousness of hard work. Some priests have been chosen to stay in the camps permanently, where the desert cults of Arcanite martyrs have begun to gather around and glorify the Lord Captain for granting them the right to suffer for the... Jesus Christ, people are freaking weird. Alright. Minus profit factor. I can make my own starter car. Get complacency, efficiency, and security. Profit factor. Noble nobility to all their skills. Interesting. It's almost good. Der Burger, this route cost, that's what the Navigator's Insight costs? Because it's like, honestly, I'm thinking about this one. Because, like, that's empire-wide. I don't know what's coming in rank 3. It doesn't tell me. If you say that. Okay. Hmm. But I need more efficiency on Kiva Gamma to do a project. But this one, yeah, I like that root cost thing. Derberger, that root cost is useful for the Navigator Insight, right? Don't work, become food. Escort ship? Which one's that? Oh, escort ship. Arbites. Huh, that's fun. Bloody Underhive. It's probably gonna be that. Guilds or the Arbites. We're gonna go really quick into colony management. Okay. Complacency. Janice needs more efficiency and complacency. You need much more efficiency. Because I want to make giants. Okay, whatever. Go to the administratum. Oh. Can I not take Heinrichs? Oh, Jay needs to be here. Okay. Okay, fine. And how do I get tactical advantage? Every 5 momentum gained. Okay, yeah.
You love to take charge, don't you?
Oh, she has Aldari weapon proficiency. Interesting. I didn't realize that. Alright. Turn after turn, and sees the stream of petitioners pours into the palace. Strong-willed, wait patiently while the weak-willed try everything to get the ahead of the others. Hello. Greetings. Identifying your lordship, please follow me.
Follow my lead!
Yeah, this isn't creepy at all.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Papers on the shelves, heaving with ledgers, evoking special reverence for the laws of the God Emperor. Dusty note, Elam. It hasn't even been a full cycle since I was appointed. Extremely important seal. I am willing to take. I'm going to seriously do it. I don't think it'll. Oh no. Chronicle of case blah blah blah. Elias filed a declaration with the admission that he is the sole heir of House Nantel. Hail sovereign of the northern continent of cannot exercise his right to his inheritance. Wider family tree includes individual who share his full legal name. According to the petitioner, this individual is his great-grandfather. Given the loss of documents confirming the death of the second claimant of inheritance, petitioning for the confirmation of his relative's death and the permission to permission for the enactment of inheritance rights. Preliminary review period up to forwarded for review. 23 years. 28 years from date of submission. Oh my god. A 100 years after the initial frickin' thing, they're just like, oh yeah, your grandfather's dead, you can have your shit. God damn. So he gets it and 5 years later croaks. Jesus Christ, the Adeptus Administratum is bloated as all shit. He died waiting in line for paperwork. No. He got it and then died.
They fear to look at me because of my appearance. I fear to look at them because of their rotten-colored souls.
Another noble passing by the queue, but bypassing the queue under the pretext, just wanted to ask all highborn ever want is just to ask, what about protocol? That's what I'm asking. Who is going to follow protocol? What? So I paid off a few clerks to let us skip the queue, Shireen. Your time is more important to me than any little formalities. Very well, don't just stand there. You're here now. Or do you think the Master of Seals has nothing better to do than receive unexpected? Begin entry, current hour, current turn, current cycle, 41st millennia. Do you want to know who I am? Solar. I made the throne. Radiance guide her path. Sole person to publicly assert that their claim, to be precise. Abelard, Seneschal, and of her now extant heir, the navigator House Orselio, whose name and deeds are unknown to me. Say that the von Valancius dynasty has owed your house 1 gold throne for 30 cycles. Here, take this. I, at last, will mark the matter closed. Thanks you for your service. Of course, I know who is standing before you. It was my job to do so. And your jeweled augmentic just on display. Does that mean that my reputation has preceded me as well? No, I have received no reports of you. What is this place? Adeptus Ministratum. Day and night. Hundreds of thousands of prefects, ordinates, and scribes, servants, and servitors carry out the duties of humanity. The von Valancius dynasty, never setting foot outside the boundaries, decades at a time. But knowledge comes through comparison. Entire worlds belong to the Administratum, so this place, palace, is but a humble cog in the blessed machine of the Imperium. Tell me about yourself. I am the law and I oversee order in the section of the Krennic Expanse as well as the orders on the von Valancius Protectorate, and according to the ancient covenants made with your ancestors, I have the power to grant petitioners what they seek and punish criminals for failing to carry out the Imperium's will. As ancient herself, look at her, she's a bona fide living mummy. Tell me about the work of the Adeptus Administratum. One would think the Protector's heir had no care for his tongue if he is willing to wag it to the point of blistering. I, however, despise the servant of the Emperor that I am. You know, let's proceed to the, okay. I take it you are her sponsor. In that case, written application in conformity with template 40401, as well as written permission for the processing and notarization of personal data of your most sacred patronage. Without that, I cannot issue Mistress Haydari. The form for collecting the seals in order to obtain the Macarum Tabula Officiali, certificate of an official trade representative. What seals? We'll discuss that when Valancius has prepared the primary documentation. That first personal interaction with the administrator, nor his second. Complete the form. Perfectly sharpened quill scratches pleasantly on the parchment, but after a few minutes, the obfuscatory phrasing, footnotes, amendments, you are forced to write out the same details over and over about you, the Protectorate, Theodora, Jay, and then also every living person who bears your family name. If you do not know all the required information, you must complete supplementary forms. Next is the consent form for the processing and notarization of the personal data of your most sacred personage. Size. Give your written consents. Protocol executed, application received, processed approved. Come on. What's that you're saying about the seals? Here's your document, Mr. Unfortunately, it does not yet have legal force. I can certify it as a sacred Ricarium Tabula Officiale once it has received 2 seals of approval. They are very easy to obtain, and the Imperial Court Administratum servitors have been handling such tasks forever. There is one such servitor here on Dragonius in the Road Trader's Palace. The second is duty bound to keep the seal in the Council Epilom system. Why are the seals not in the Administrative Palace? According to amendment implemented by the Prefect of Dragonius, one of the seals must be kept in the Palace of the Ruler, remaining as a symbol of the Sacred Warrant, and the second seal is held in accordance to decree, blah blah blah. Unfortunately, after fire, all that remains of the official decree is an amendment certified by an unknown adept, which the initials AA. No instructions repealing this decree were ever received from Holy Terror, therefore the seals... We don't know why it's there. All we did is find a scrap of a paper said that it's supposed to be there, and nothing saying that it can't be moved. There was a time during my early years when I performed duties as secretary in charge of this. Your words must bring back memories, which I am not the least bit fond. Why am I obligated to handle such a task myself? The sponsoring road trader must be present at the placing certifying. If the crime is not met, then the document is deemed invalid. Find the servitors and have them place 2 seals. Got it. Please return.
It's about time.
No. That was literally like 3 hours of in-game time just filling out paperwork. Wait, isn't... Fuck his nuts here? Isn't the Inquisitor here somewhere? God damn. There's just lots to go on. Where the hell is this servitor? Ah, talk to her. Your patient's not easily exhausted, but you are coming very close. No, I will not be issuing you any seal, not in exchange for your honest word, nor for a bribe. I see now your family is Abelard. You cannot see farther than your own nose. It wasn't a bribe, it was a gift. Now about that seal. I'm waiting. Let the rogue's grader decide. Lordship have an ugly scene, but to rein in Mistress Hydarian put a stop to her inflammatory actions towards me. As the Exalted One is my witness, Shireen, I've tried everything I could to spare you from it. He's ready to go over the seals of the tabulae. You're shown this aid with a temper worse than a sandstorm. The certificate with your signature, Chancellor, merely kept batting me away with her flail of baseless denials. I suspect that the reason is that to do with my humble personage. Cat fight. This isn't about me at all. Well, I see. You tell us yourself, or should I help you? What's the problem? That my words may anger you. The seal you're looking for was lost over a quarter century ago. Ordered a new one to be delivered from the Imperium, but as you well know, it's a long way and the warp storms ravaging the Cronus Expanse. You're unable to receive the placement to this day. Was promptly, I presume the one responsible was punished promptly and harshly. Ordered to have the malefactor dealt with accordingly, servitude imperatus, enough was duty to the Imperium without reservation of error. However, one of the worlds under Lake Dragonius was granted the honor of keeping the sacred sigils of the Administratum. Marcus mentioned 3 systems that were under control of House Winterscale. Forgotten Twins and a Nameless Star. I'm confident the Administratum Palace is located on one of the planets there. We have a better chance of finding the seal in the pocket of some rich collector or fence than on a remote world owned by one of your rivals. I suggest we contact with any traders we may encounter. People in my line of work tend to have a good eye for such things. There's every possibility someone has waited their whole life to fleece or return such a great relic to its rightful owner. to discuss with the Chancellor. Oh, by all means. Not waste any more time. I need to certify. Not yet. Okay. Boom. I'm at your service. Boom. Okay. Well. Nothing is ever easy. Why is it never easy? It's like, oh, easy quest. Just go do some paperwork. Oh, go here, go there. What the fuck is up with shit?
Lord Captain? Lord Captain.
Alrighty. Awake and ready to receive your request. Draconius access to the databank. Trepidation receives device from hands, place it in one of the drives. All while honoring the machine with modulating binary prayer. Turbines in the cogitator start into motion. Bit screen input, pat comp, op stat true, stat check in, blah blah blah. Tech priest extracts the data slate from the cogitator. Has revealed the contents of the encrypted data and hereby pass it to you. This is where I reached the limit of my authorization, but you now have the option to review the decrypted data personally. Personal notes. Access key to Gamma. Has transferred secret data into form that you can comprehend. Preliminary report. The advanced decryption procedure has been completed without complicating. It stops short. Green light flickering on his visor. Uh-oh. Efteth brought her to the beginning. Efteth begot the incident that which destroyed and changed everything. The incident became the starting point. The incident breathed life and marked all beginning, and marked the beginning of Nomos. It created Nomos. Violation of possible tech heresy. I want to shield us from this heresy. What was that just now? Catastrophic mistake, a heinous violation of purity of the Halib code. This mechanism is touched by heresy and is branded tainted by it. Now the machine sphere produces code as before, and yet, even my plea, all operations must be halted until the Emissary Prime has inspected it. Nomos, what does that mean? Mystery to me. If the machine is truly tainted, could it be? If heresy truly has taken hold of this machine spirit and skirmed the omniscience every tenant, and the spirit's madness could have such chosen name for itself, but that is nothing more than my hypothesis. You'll report this to Pascal. Since to cleanse the code is the esteemed Emissary Prime of this disturbing development, only has the power to expel the heresy.
My apologies. 19% of my processing power is engaged in the analysis of my tech comrade's memory. My response time may be longer than usual.
What have you found out?
The data is scarce. His identification code is the same as mine, and his memory contains data confirming that the assassination did take place. Unfortunately, some of his memory was damaged by pulses broadcast by his battle harness. I can assert with some confidence that he was who he claimed to be, and that he served the Deus Mechanicus earnestly and eagerly.
Okay.
My study of the minds of the tech comrades, able Tarsus, and Demence has revealed an anomalous similarity between the patterns of damage their memories sustained. What I attributed to cognitive idiosyncrasies, synaptic damage, and the distortive action of scrap code may be the result of a different kind of influence. The undecryptable data fragments in their memory arrays are mysteriously symmetrical.
Gave off the impression of paranoid madman.
Notwithstanding his permanent state of agony, he was not cognitively dysfunctional. His desire to immediately destroy the object he had deemed profane was partly dictated by his engrammatic augmetics, which were receiving imperatives from his battle harness.
There we go. Just kicking my feet up.
In light of the oddness of our matching identification codes, I find merit in his hypothesis as to the existence of a clandestine malevolent agent or conspiracy operating inside our fraternity.
Thank you, Night Owl. Who do you think is behind the assassination?
No data available. I will hypothesize that the assassination was instigated by an enemy of the Blessed Amanat's doctrine. I accept the possibility that the assassins were targeting me, only to be led astray by Tarsus and my own identical identifiers. I am concerned about the fate of Archmagos Amanat. According to Opticon 22, he went missing in the wake of the incident on an Arc Mechanicus, the Hermetico. Information about that ship and its perishing has been purged from the archives. I accept the possibility that the incident on the ship, the concealed data, and the assassination have all been part of a single conspiracy.
Surprised that Amanat's words had such an effect on
I
Opticon.
was not knowledgeable as to how popular Blessed Amanat's teaching was in explorator circles. The Cognizance fleet is massive. His ideas might have found a larger following on its periphery than in the Mother Squadron.
Maybe part of Amanat's plan.
That is a valid hypothesis, but not a very likely one. Its truth value is irrelevant, as it does not contradict the necessity of establishing the fate of Archmagus Amanat.
Perseus was a believer and he turned into his zealot. Faith can be dangerous.
Of course, faith is dangerous. Faith is the prerogative of the spirit, and a spiritless mind is an enemy of all existence. Without faith, there is no meaning in anything, no point to any aspirations or limitations. But faith can take different forms. The form of prohibitions established by unknown elders. The form of an audacious violation of those prohibitions. The form of following dogma or of schism. The form of following the cycle or of discontinuing the cycle. In a system with two courses of action, schism is inevitable. And only one of these paths will be true, as truth is discreetly separate from untruth.
Did he believe the elders to be in error?
Amanats did not reject any one specific prohibition, but found their cumulative effect to be oppressive. The system of rigid limitations had confined seekers of knowledge to a circular track, spelling doom for the thinking mind. And that cycle of repetition had to be broken. That was why he was dubbed the Messiah of Discontinuing.
Huh, interesting. Consists of ideals, some of which can come into conflict with dogma. I have been given the gift of will to set dogma straight.
The Omnissiah has bestowed upon us the supreme mission, the quest for knowledge. The fact of its existence confirms that reason is yet to comprehend and quantify the universe in its entirety. This precludes the existence of any prohibition.
Okay, that's freaking wacky. Because I know that the Tyranids basically just consume all biomass.
Of prohibitions.
Just freaking mobile, terraforming, life-giving ship? Jesus Christ. Perhaps you'll find out more.
I will continue my research into the Blessed Martyr's memory with all due reverence. May your labors be...
Alright. We've got some shit to read. Rogue Trader, like a lackey, it is humiliating and humiliating and disparaging to put up with the part of an errand servant to an imperious madman vested with even greater power than that of Rogue Trader. Alas, when one side of the scales holds my pride and the other my fate of the Von Valence Protectorate and my entire bloodline, choice becomes a futile illusion. It would be far too naive of me not to prepare for the worst. Epitaph will decide the future of the Expanse as a whole, but I have some time at my disposal until then. Heirs of the Von Valancius blood in them will soon be located and brought to me. I cannot afford to delay the choice of successor any longer. Okay. Reporter unit, blah, research group, such study. Active sample of the terrible disease assigned tech blight. There was another one on with an AI on it that was activated briefly. It fired a time distortion beam at a fleeing Eldar vessel and popped it back a microsecond, but enough that the ship existed twice at the same time and blew up. Holy shit! Tech blight is capable of corroding the matter and destroying it from within at a terrifying speed. The deadly plague inflects mechanisms as well as any metals and other materials used as their basis. No technology known to the Crimson Priesthood, neither gifts from the Great Omnissiah nor heretical pride can withstand this onslaught. These poisons and warps the very essence and taints the code of sacred mechanism. Tech blight triggers an effect that is pulsed to its core, transforms metal into horrific forms. Hey, what's up, Wolfen? Unpredictable nature. During testing, it is a diffuse solid matter with organic object, creating something new as a result. Assigned the name tech splicing. Method of transportation, ceramic capsules. Burnt clay is the only thing that can contain the pestilence. Extra caution must be taken given the container's fragility. Any damage might result in uncontrolled outbreak. Damaging the containers is unacceptable. Current stage. Test to subjugate the tech blight to his will and turn it into a weapon. Test result, success. Results triggered an event recorded under his name, blah blah. The quest for knowledge. Tech blight was created in the darkness of unknown worlds away from the great. Taint exists to harm the machine god's creation. Fun. When will I be able to chart new routes? Flash of flame red hair. Hello. Pose a question to me, and now I am here to present you with my my attention. Then listen closely to my answer. You may struggle to comprehend what is said, being accustomed to reveling in your own might and skewing the world to suit yourself. Fit your understanding not towards my the sense that lies hidden in the shade of their sounds. Try and split the world into pieces to fragment it into light and dark, truth and lies, self and other. See the world as a single whole, and its lies. And in this lies its simplicity and complexity. You are not enough simply. It is not enough simply to see the world and hear its voices. You must understand it. Think of Lilithon, a world on which our paths crossed. What is it truly? What is its existence? The Lilithon's magnificence comes not from the great green of its vast forests, or from the depths of its waters. Its beauty is in the world and the way that it dances on the tongue. When you can sense it, try. Say the word slowly, delicately, cast aside illustrated thoughts. Feel, perhaps, and then you will see. The world around you fades, and you're coming from a single point. Lit sound slips across slipness. I think I'm beginning to understand. If words are sincere, then you are capable of seeing more than you do now. Instead of the lifeless clamor of monstrous mechanisms, the roar of engines, and the discordant voice, I hear and attend to silence. It arises in the moments of spiritual serenity, and in that stillness we become witness to the transformations of our own inner world. Monkey lives lives pass so swiftly, you rush through them for the sake of a chosen goal. But thoughts of transience and loss frighten you, and so you drive such thoughts away from you and drown yourselves in the daily tumult. But it is from fleeting moments which enter our lives and quickly vanish from them that the soul's fortress grows. A moment's blooming, an hour's wilting, splendor of each lies in the ephemerality. So too the memories of those who have left our side and no longer walk the path with us. And you, Elantark, I see much more than just another monkey. Your true essence lies in your will, which is capable of changing the world around you, and within you it lies in your ability to create and understand your creation. Your ability to destroy. It lies in your kin's mind. What your kin's minds cannot grasp. The primitive sight cannot hold, but I can see it. Research is in reference to me. Thank you for telling me how you see the world. What do you make of it? How differently do you see the world? I see something greater in the world around me, something deeper than the outer guise of things. What does that mean? See the uniqueness of every creature, everything. Follow your line of thoughts. Every form, color, creature, being possessing no charm and capacity to serve emotions, millions of stars, human immortality of the void crystals. Plethora of intelligent, primitive life forms that inhabit the galaxy. the world manifests itself in endless diversity, and in that lies true magnificence. Now that we have shared each other the truth about this world, thoughts about me align with those of your kin, or if you see me differently. Your appeal is unusual, invoking disquiet, craving to know what is hidden. This is romance, right? Yeah, this is romance. So he is an intelligent, dangerous, and highly dangerous being. An ally at present. Accept your answer, as we do not attempt to get under my skin or demand something else of me. Yes. Perhaps on a future playthrough. Ain't nothing. Auger data. Surprise discovers plans was uncovered notions ongoing unknown cows to drag out. Turn on lifeless desert. The most amazing service of skull remains of colossal organic ornament, long seasons. Life's fragile for creatures. Scan. Okay. Mr. Herman succeeded in his escape and has arrived on board. He has almost completed a ritual of harmonization with the rest of the choir, which has given our voices greater strength and cohesion. The preparations are waiting for your arrival. Bring dire news: a feud has broken out between clans that maintain the Void Shield raids. Rumor has it that was seen on the lower decks, and one of the families called for rebellion against the usurper of the Void Ship. That is you. So far, no one believes their mad tales, but unrest has begun. The ships and forces are ready to eliminate the instigating clan and pacify the entire city yours. Find the source of the rumors. I don't want unnecessary deaths. Cern would say there are no innocents in such cases. Clans are engaging. Entire void ship tussling over strange and obviously false rumor. If you so desire, I'll enforce later. Right now, the unrest must be stopped. People turned to direct duties or replaced. My wishes, Foxmaster, are for the enforcers to sort out the situation before we forfeit the crew wholesale. Alright. Started an hour late. Yeah, okay.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Hello, Zachary. Has the candidate arrived yet? Assigned to the chapel upon your orders. Has almost finished his preparations. Greetings, I'll be honored to serve my savior. Zyker bows passionately. His plump face carries many marks of all manners of vice. I am New Year. That is glorious, your lordship. 1,000 thanks from my former master. Living with Governor Iskandar can be indescribable. The material himself whispers ideas for new perversions into his disturbed minds. Therefore, I am grateful to be delivered from him. My life belongs to you now. You're about to do something dangerous. You saved me from a life of service. It would have been 100 times worse than the cruelest says. Yet, if I have to lay my that. Let us begin. Well, you made your choice. Temperature is dropping. Every breath turns to a cloud of vapor. Resonant voices blend together, followed by the pattern of melody playing in the hall. Muffled moans are heard coming from the thrones of the Astropaths. They're beginning to boil. Since strangest non-minds, they seem to be human-like. How strange, they are kids of insects, parasites. I cannot read. That is wrong. Look. Oh, you see a blinding light a moment later. Brace yourself. Great whiteness on the shift is a multitude of minds, which are one. A shadow of utter none winds its way across the blinding light. You're the choir masters. A voice coming from the distance. You cannot make out a single word. Gaze sides and iridescent thread. Gaze across nothingness. Something shining is towering by a golden giant frozen in place like a statue. Sudden jolt of fear distracts you from that image. Your thoughts turn back to nothingness and its kaleidoscope of emphasis, no color, no motion, no thought. It first steps something crawling. Oh no. I don't want to do. I don't want to look into the void. Oh. Load. Don't worry about that.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Ah. It's a 2/3 chance of failing, of succeeding. There we go. Your mind and soul unflinching, nothing is that powerful. Your eyes follow the thread towards the golden giant. Not closer, you realize it is a lie. Guilt flakes away, and your stately body is slipped out of shape. X joins mutilating the marvelous figure. Easily fanged face is repulsive worm-like tongues towards you. His eyes burning with nothingness penetrates your soul. Thoughts, secrets, wishes, goals, nothing is spared as the abomination rummages inside like a predator. I cannot see them. I cannot read their minds. Cannot see into the lair. I see images, fragments. Forgive me, took this in vain. Some kind of defensive mechanism. Not sorcery, something else. I have never encountered minds like this. Finish the ritual. I will now. You've been looking for me. Soul. Oh. Lovely. I'm sure that won't be harmful. Cannot see you either. Did the ritual work? Not my ritual, it is his spell. Stop the ritual. You are my prey. And if we get Idra to do this, some of the astropaths die, and I have to fight 3 or 4 more, like, Idra clones.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. If I may... If only that were possible. That is foolishness. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Heavy is the tread of his faithful.
Emperor, give me strength.
Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. This is why Emperor, protect me.
This way! The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all. Cogitation failed.
Okie dokie.
Advancing. The scriptural prognosis is favorable. Request approved. Running binary code.
You didn't stand a chance.
Let's see to it. For the throne's glory. Naturally.
Need more versatility.
The Inquisition sends their regards.
faith shields me.
Ah!
Abelard. Attack.
Follow my lead. Victory is imminent. Indeed. An exemplary strike.
I can't stand it.
Forge ahead! Not a problem for me.
Yes, we are fighting the
Suits my
damned.
purposes. All too easy.
As the Emperor commands. In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it.
Quick, quick!
Posing me was your biggest mistake.
I have read tomes of military tactics. If I may.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! As the Emperor commands, I act. It's why I was chosen!
Nothing of value has been lost.
Rejoice in battle! I can handle this.
As the tactical imperative dictates. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
I'm sorry, Abelard.
Significant value.
There we go.
Get me a target. Be gone. I need a foothold. Holy terror, smite your enemies. But of course, Lord Captain.
Oh, shit. I didn't kill him. Motherfucker.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ways. At your beck and call. No matter the cost!
Oh, shit.
A tactically sound approach. It will be done. I will do my duty. It will be done.
Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
Just run all the way over there and then run all the way back. I love it.
Victory is imminent.
Suits my purposes.
Doubt is for the weak. Guided by faith. I'll do it.
Ah, damn it.
I shall not fear. Nothing I can't do.
I'll do what it takes. Emperor, protect me.
God damn, more?
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
This is gonna be one of the stupidest things I think I've ever done.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
I can't.
Suits my purposes.
painted black. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Faith without deeds is worthless.
I'll do it.
Doubt is for the weak. For you, my emperor! This is why I was chosen. As the emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless. As the emperor, for you, my emperor!
Embrace excess! Burn monotony!
My vow is to serve. Request approved. Activate calculated fury algorithm. Running binary override.
Oh, bitch.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Let's see to it. I won't object to it. I'll put my psychic abilities to use. Nothing stands against me.
My soul sings in ecstasy!
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Grey hair? Sure hair.
There we go. Gunner, protect us, assign curses. Did I not warn you? Yeah, we escaped disaster, did not take our souls, and there are fewer casualties this time. It was instrumental, your lordship. He was not able to protect, but also skillful blitzers. He was not at my side for the last right. When the throne's name just happened. They took the ship, an old man, and attacked me. I do not know what it is, but he's neither human nor psyker. Inimical to me. Chaos engines. I was unable to read the denominators. It seemed to find me no less strange than how strange it seemed to me. For any strangeness is a threat. I've been warned that we would be vulnerable, so it sought to sabotage by attacking my mind. I almost got us all killed. Discovered. No, your lordship. Ritual proved incapable of extracting. The evil chose to reveal itself. Suspicious and brazen. These things seem to know you. All who perished the previous time I performed this ritual have haunted me. Subtle man mutant, one of those we were looking for. Even if not, there's nothing more chilling. You're familiar with this symbol? Emblem of some cult. Everything's on. Let her search for the plasma and find mutants. I'll go to. Alright. A similar faith. All right.
Victory awaits!
We need to level up. Alright. We just chose in the hero's footsteps, commerce, and agility. Abelard. We just chose dependable, athletics, and weapon skill. Argenta. We got always ready, demolition agility. Cassia. Open to the warp, perception, and lore. Heinrichs. Accustomed to glory. We need Xenos. And weapon skill. We got share, tech use, and intelligence. Oh, interesting. Huh. That's fun.
A new challenge for me.
Horse buddy, what kind of insulation is that supposed to be? If you kill us, Matthias will drag me back beyond the grave just to give me an earful. Scrap this and start again. I will double check it. Heinrich. Okay, accessing this compartment, or take a stroll, taking the sights of your domain. Blue glow of plasma is especially striking this time of the watch. You're the most mawkish infernus I've never seen, Montag. Lordship, welcome, Shift Foreman, Nija, charge of this section. How's your face? Force of Ton is really sturdy, not as thick as the skull of a hard-boiled infernus. To give it to Jocasta, her officers earned their rations. They clobber you good. What exactly are you doing here? In our routine drive inspection. Regulations require scheduled checks to make sure the installation isn't weakened, sensors aren't tampered with, reactor isn't about to blow anytime soon, just business as usual. Senior officers, the entire squad of Inferni. Presence of an Infernus Master is only necessary. Why are you really here? Have you ever seen this? On equipment and bulkheads. If I find the scoundrels, I'll tear their heads off. Send them. And a sedition, I don't know. See one of these, let me know, and I'll try and find the artists. See, some bulkheads, crates, stores assumed it was the mark of some clan. Many voidsmen mark their workplaces with family symbols. Are you really here? Found me out. Not really here about the reactor. I heard a rumor you've gone to investigate the plasma drive, so I thought I'd make sure everything went smoothly. Your lordship is accustomed to assessing with people of your rank or officers, at the very least, but here, this place is home for void fares of simple matters, whose clan's customs may be unfamiliar to you. Customs are decent ones, Montag. I'd rather boil myself in plasma than let anything happen to the Lord Captain. But if you find even 3 people in this bay who can give a report without turning the air blue, I'll gladly admit I was wrong. You're a good bunch. I'd hate to see you insult his lordship with some foolishness and not even realize it. Thank you. Just keeping an eye out. Feel free to ask old 9G any question. He knows the plasma drive chambers like the back of his hand. Thank you, your lordship. Something isn't to your liking. Or if you find anything suspicious, come to me. No more about this bay. You're proud of our chambers. Power feeds the ship's main engines from here. Other drives on the ship, but ours... screw you, Nido. Is the mightiest. Important work. Working with plasma is dangerous, but we have a good crew. Not too many incidents. These seem tech priests are satisfied with us, machine spirits. All working as they should. The Inferni don't complain about us either. Fix cracks in your reactor vessel on time and fix leaks. What kind of person are you? I'm a voidsman, your lordship. Grew up on footfall, joined the crew at 14. Spent my whole life in this bay. No family, made no fortune, but I've climbed up the ranks. I don't know anything but my trade in this compartment. My trade in this compartment. Just take my leave.
Follow my lead!
I am registering 137 violations of the Catechism of Maintenance and Operation here. Initializing enumeration. 1. Keep the screw thread as your augmetic eye.
See? Right there.
None shall stand in my way.
Found a symbol.
Over there!
Cash note received. Need more.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Nothing escapes my sight.
Ooh. This is unacceptable. For the 10th time, you've sent us some faulty account.
It's about time.
I'm getting yelled at. Alrighty.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
There we go. Woohoo! Oh no. Alrighty. Your lordship, odd cache hidden under one of the serpent symbols. In someone's secret workstation. Holding neutral bar, a few thrones. Workers often hide their belongings or banned items from enforcers. Maybe someone marked their cache with symbol to make it easier to find later. More secret stashes. I hope there's nothing forbidden in it, forgive me. Voidsmen are simple folk. I've been trying to wean them off their grubby habits for years. Give them anything worth having and all they want to do is hide in a hole like a rat. Found this in one of the caches. What is it? Got smugglers on the loose. What's behind these strange messages? They're drawn and quartered on the turbine. I will? No, I'd like to find out what they're smuggling. Need more. More what? Whoever wrote it didn't want anyone to know. Using caches to exchange messages is a good way to keep things hidden from the enforcers. It's how some workers procure intoxicants and other items they're not supposed to have. There has to be another cache somewhere nearby. You never use the same one for both the transfer and the correspondence. Too risky. What? I've never engaged in business, I swear. Just heard how it's done. And I found this cache. Machine sparks shake me. A homemade weapon assembled right in this compartment. Markings are the same as the local machine parts. It seems someone is plotting a riot and secretly building their arsenal. And he was right. Will be executed. No wonder those scoundrels were so cautious. Capture whoever set up those caches. Yes, this is the Void Shadows DLC. Apparently, or so I've been told. But yes, I have Cabela and all of that. Thank you for the offer. Thank you for the offer. I bought the deluxe edition that comes with all the DLC. I'm not good at hunting rollers. It's not what I do. You give the orders and we do it. Set an ambush near the caches. Sooner or later someone will check on them. Spot the enforcers near and stay out. I'm sure it would be spotted even quicker. Then we'll use the Inferni. Will help. Tough lads. I'll get them here right away. Have another look around here first.
Victory awaits.
Is there a way to get up there? No, there's not a way to get up there. Alright, let's go. Consider the dirtbag caught. You lost something? Let's give you a hand. Get him, boys. Man kneeling before you has an ungainly build, a stubborn jaw, a heavy gaze, and looks different. Except for the tattoo, the designers of a worm devouring a star. Is holding the Weber taken from the prisoner, exactly the one that was in the cache. No weapon, hand it over. What you saw, keep it to yourself. Cooperation with the enforcers will be noted. Does not take his eyes off the prisoner's neck, his lips swell in distaste, awareness. Pigment of the tattoo looks fresh, standing out again. There's a pair of scars in the base of it. Almost healed bite. Now you're gonna burn a hole in the man with the glare of yours. It's too early for that. Let's see what he has to say. Who is this man? Shuf Gali, servant of the blessed Lath Beta 2 Diligence. Low-ranking worker, easily no apparent signs of mutation. For any of your people harmed, think a scratch on us. He's a piece of work, right enough, but no fuel compartment fire, more like a sparking cogitator. Visible jealousy, but he just keeps grinning smugly. Well, feel like talking yet? Enough to say to you, heretic. Checking with Raid grabs the maul from her belt. Allow me, Captain, please. Or me. I'd be happy to oblige. Costa? Hear that? You're all mine. I'll talk. The prisoner is ready to cooperate, your lordship. Whom do you serve? The cult of the Ravenous Star. True believers, the righteous, fierce congregation, they who hear the songs of his angel. Is that the old sorcerer who appeared before me and promised me my designs he'd brainwash you or something leading you? As an angel that is not of the woeful form, his splendor, his visage. Is the divine inspiration of the many-armed emperor. You, faithless one, were granted the honor of gazing upon the Magus, the good shepherd, our messenger. If you beheld the angel, you would scratch your own brain out through your eye sockets, for you would realize the depth of your wickedness before him. Last, that we're dealing with an extremely dangerous xenocult that excels in hiding among humans. This, actually, please, continue. I will correct you should your information contradict credible evidence. What do you know about our enemy? Very little, as per regulations. Every master at arms applies special from the instructions that more resemble disturbing tales. Some of them mention genetic cults, covert clans, cliques, and sects that all share one common state: Xeno's infestation. One thing, These things pass themselves as ordinary people and the rabble of preachers, corrupting new groups. They pray to their unholy idol, which often referred to as the many-armed emperor. They give ever-growing families and produce offspring, hideous at first, but with each more and more human appearance. And then they rise up. Gene stealers. That is what these enemies of humanity. When such a creature bites its victims, it ejects its genes into their body and dominates their mind, or more accurately, it binds it to the shared mind of the brood. The victim undergoes no physical change, but their offspring will carry the brand of inhuman nature, bestial maws, extra limbs, sometimes, or something worse at times. Horrific genetic outliers. However, the cult makes sure to keep any of their kind with unnatural appearance out of sight. The mutants become practically supreme humans, and something in their genes once more begets fully developed Xenos capable of beginning the cycle of institution. Why the many their arms? These Xenos have more arms than normal. They twist and pervert our faith. Helps them blend in. They hide their heresy behind the veil of normality. Just one more cult like so many others. Moreover, it is possible that they intended to see their deity that way. Such cultists have been known to describe their grotesque Xenos masters as beautiful during their interrogations. Monsters are angels to them, and the god emperors worshippers are heretics. I would choose their apples specifically. Lower decks have plenty of dark corners for Xenos to lie in wait. Commoners are too dull-witted and spineless to identify the threat before it's too late. At the same time, they are dull-witted and spineless enough to serve as cannon fodder to be thrown at the cult's enemies. And poor less likely to pay attention to strange behavior, disappearances. Even if someone is a genetic monster, they'll chalk it up to bad case of mutation. Meanwhile, the cult attracts the weak and uninjured, easy prey for indoctrinations. In other words, it makes a convenient staging ground. Power, sacrifices to their god, and goal is always mutiny. They can prepare for many generations in numbers until one day they attack. The day of revelation, apotheosis of the profane faith, and they think on that day the blasphemous star children will descend from the void and elevate the worshippers. Scouts for the Xenos resistance. After creating a gene stealer called the Scouts evolves into something more complex. Entity called a patriarch. The collective mind of the brood becomes a psychic beacon for Tyranids. A beacon that marks the planet as vulnerable. Once the Xenos fleet approaches to the infected world, rebellion begins. The cult strikes the world's defenders in the back while the Xenos devour all life on the planet. Most true believers certainly did not find the ascension they were promised. Instead, they all become bioresource food. Anything more to add? Prepare for the worst. The cult could have been operating ship for a long time, in which case it might have already a small army. Uh-oh. Let's return to interrogate. How did they recruit you? I believed. I found him. I bowed to him. His angels. Sign of infection. I'm sure of it. We believe the many-armed emperor who waits for his children to cast out. He's kind. He's tyranny. He sends his angels to the righteous. He is a pawn, mindless tool. What are you plotting? Mutiny, death, yours, fake captain. I want to say these improvised levers. Where are you hiding? Where are your leaders? A sanctuary, a tomb for heretics, a quiet place. Dynastic crypt, the vermin of infiltrated crypt that hold the body of the worthiest. Known as they dared how? Dynastic crypt, yes. I'm gonna strike now. How the element of surprise. They won't let the let an armed troop pass without the direct command of Rogue Trader and the ring of the ship's confessor. I'll meet you at the doors. With your permission, I'll throw out the airlock. I doubt he will be of any further use. It's proof far more. You must have been on the cult for a short time. No second day. No amount of torture. I don't like it. Does not deserve an easy death given to the enforcers for training in the executioner's craft. It will be done. I need to go do something with my mother really quick.
Follow my lead.
I just need to change cars. Should be like 5 minutes, and then hopefully we have some time to finish this up. Going long, finishing quest. I'll be right back. I saw your text. I'm coming. Get the flamer, the heavy flamer. Where's my headphones? Hello, Math. Welcome to the shit show.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Yeah, I actually want to play around with her just a little bit, because this is her DLC, apparently. Level up. What did we do? Weapon skill, not die. Perfect anatomy. Then weapon skill, Medicae. And there you go. Now she has the bleeding backpack. Alrighty. Whose servo skull is that?
A new challenge for me?
Heed me, O guardian spirits. We have come to punish a great transaction. Heresy has made its lair in the dynastic crypt and disturbed the peace. We're on our dead. I beg you, perform this ritual of unsealing and allow us passage. Hand-shaped panel appears in the altar of unsealing. Panel is lined with sharp spikes. We now require blood. The crypt will not open without the Are your people prepared for battle? Never as ready before. Ready as never before. They're incensed with profane intrusion and eager to exterminate the menace. We'll secure the side sections of the crypt to prevent any flanking. Ask for your blessing. Protect his children, carry forth his cleansing flame. Hear the roar of chained swords and the bellow of auto guns, for they are his voice. Oft do I preach clemency to our noble officers, but I say they side piety and show no mercy. Show no mercy. Brains in anticipation of battle. Place your hand inside the panel. Mechanical sting your flesh and feel your blood trickling down small ducts into the altar saw. Hear a click and the crypt doors open with a piercing creak. Beyond them you see nothing but darkness. Hollow crypt must remain illuminated at all times to drive away shadows from the place ancestors' final repose. Done on purpose, I'm sure of it. Our coming is expected. Vanguard with illuminator servo skull. Take care. Watch for dark corners. Move out. Oh, that's what the servo skull is.
For the show you how it's done. Moving out.
Go, go, go!
Wait, there's been... Damn it. I meant to report now. They've cut off the Prometheum supply. The crypt's lighting. You're walking to an ambush. Why did you fail? Some coverage, but I was worried about your safety, which is why I took the liberty of explosives at the perimeter of the crypt. Your performance is laudable. Whether darkness or well-lit halls we are going in. If you underestimate the enemy, the enforcers have already done it once. The Infernus Guild would join you in this fight if we had to. To get inside, the aberrations would have had to make it somewhere in the crypt's perimeter. No one knows to make these tunnels better than us. Find this breach and attack the enemy from the rear. Without a few workers' arms to make a difference. Honor. Then arm yourselves properly. Torch seems a poor weapon indeed. Depends on who's wielding it. It's banned from taking out orders. Our clan is branded. As our ancestors were rebels, the station we were originally hailed from was against Lady Theod. Traders were killed and the rest of the station was left in the void to die without air or water. Out of those who repented righteously, 1,000 who were allowed on board. Those spared became the Infernus Guild, repairmen, firefighters, those who bear the brunt of any disaster and the first to die. That was our penance. It's been centuries, but we still die because, not just because our duty demands it, but because we atoned for what our ancestors remind us about it. And if we see an armed first exit, such it was the Lord Captain's will. I hereby remove the brand of shame from the Infernus Guild and permit them to carry weapons, fight, and die for this ship. I never would have dared ask you. We will live up to your expectations. I swear at those who died today smiling. Today's a great day for our people.
None shall stand in my way.
Gates have been blocked, cut off. It will not be opened.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Needle pistol shells are scattered. They do not belong in this realm of tranquil glory. Master Duelist, whenever a weapon automatically hits. Nice.
It's about time.
Here lies a Wolfgang. Enter first seneschal to a duty is done, and now others will serve in your stead. That's two for just one. Oh.
I won't tolerate weakness.
These bones of the dead should be serving the living. They could be used in rites or divinations, or as amulets. Why are they here? gathering dust and concealed from people's eyes.
Something clicks somewhere below.
We need to investigate.
Oh my.
Follow my lead!
Archmilitant Mort uses internal vigil protecting in death, the one you could not protect in life. The gate does not yield. Lifeless cable.
A new challenge for me?
We are the spearhead of the Imperium. What advice do you seek?
Journal.
Victory awaits!
I should have brought Packy. Oh!
I did fine.
That's what was missing. Forward, faithful peer. Hello.
Die, inhuman scum! Repent or perish!
Oh, wow. Get out of the crypt. Oh, there's fighting off to the sides. Ah, that's fun.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
I don't have time for this.
The Emperor is on our side.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
I will leave footprints of Scarlet.
It will be done. An exemplary strike.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. If I may? Isn't this a job for the serfs?
They're destroyed!
I will endure.
What the fuck? Okay.
I am your blade and shield. Death is a blessing. A dance of blades and shadows.
Reduced to dust!
Okay, so...
I would that I could. I shall not fail. As honor ordains. Trust me.
For the throne's glory. I'm done with this one.
Fire's song. Hey. High momentum.
Okay.
I am his will made manifest. Doubt is for the weak. God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. Is why I was chosen. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless.
The true believers will inherit all.
Alrighty. Fighting through heresy.
Nothing I can't do. Already done. Nothing I can't do.
Oh, can I not hurt it? No, I did hurt it.
I'll do it. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. This is why I was chosen. As the Emperor commands.
God damn it. Abelard. Cut off his balls. Oh, brace for impact. Okay, that's only once. Okay.
My place is
I've
at
been
the
using
fore.
that improperly.
Grey hair, sure hand. Indeed.
Only the faithful will ascend.
Hello, person.
The angel will reward us. Prepare the way for ascension. We bring deliverance.
That was insulting.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. I am a navigator, not a servitor. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
High momentum.
You don't frighten me. I'm afraid not.
I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak. You, my Emperor!
In the name of House Orcelio, I shall prevail.
I'll do it. Faith without deeds is what I would teach. One is a prayer. I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. Doubt is for the...
Jesus Christ, lady!
As the Emperor, you my Emperor! Faith without deeds is worthless. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Mother of God!
I'll do it.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Okay, so we need to go here. And what are we gonna do?
As the tenants demand. I shall not. Trust me. As honor ordains. The shadows will see it done. I bring mercy and retribution. Trust me, come. The other side awaits. Death is a blessing.
Let the blood of the wicked be shed as thou hast willed.
Death comes in silence. Killing brings me no pleasure.
Jesus Christ, I fucking love this.
As honor ordains. Caught by the web. Trust me, my blade whispers your name. The shadows. The other side awaits.
Mother of God. He just keeps going.
I am your blade and shield.
Naturally. I won't object to it. Let's see to it. I won't object to it. Focus, Van Kellogg's. Focus.
Doubt is for the weak.
Hello, thank you, Nethuk Prime. Thank you for the follow.
This is why I was chosen. As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless. Rejoice in battle! The Emperor favors me today. I'll do it.
Telekinetic dome. Wait, was that all, like, my turn?
All too easy. Suits my purposes.
Okay.
I am fear incarnate. I will do my duty. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. It will be done. Victory is imminent. It will be done. At your beck and call. I will do my duty. An exemplary strike. At your beck and call. It will be done. Target well struck.
Jesus Christ.
Break their morale! Follow my lead.
Can't use area anymore.
Die! Weapon at the ready. Run! Onwards!
Bitch, you about to have a very bad day.
Do not dare ask. Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Just a minor setback.
For the many armed Emperor!
No. Let your soul be purged, as honor ordains.
There we go. Dead.
Nothing of value has been lost!
Several things of value have been lost. You spilt the blood of you have offended the purest of his holy children. You heretic. We have discovery cost the guild 68 souls. They set monsters on us, but few things can scare someone who's seen a fire in an arsenal bay. Hostile look on the autopistol. Report. Strike forces have cleared the side sections of mutants. Freaks fought like madmen, but they could not match the skill of Von Valancius enforcers. Once victory was secured, our units made sure no one would escape. Our flamer squads are in the process of purging the crypt. All degenerates confirmed deck. I pardon the enforcers, their negligence in thank you for restoring our honor. How much of the cursed spawn have desecrated the spirits of the dead, but thankfully they have not had time to wreak much. Many tombs were disturbed, but what is most encouraging is they thought to spoil Lady Theodora's urn. Cremation, her ashes remain to an example of resilience and purity. One of the heretics laid claim to it. There's a gem with the crestfallen. His lip twitches as struggling against a new wave of grief, or else enraged at the thought of someone so heinously violating Theodore's rest, he forces himself to look away without a word. So all have the remains turned into... No, not all. Let the Lord Captain's body be burned so that no one could use samples of their tissue or blood to gain access to ship systems that require their self once voiced her desire to be turned into a stone. Relic shall be in my safekeeping. Damn! I see deep symbolism with this duty. Ashes of the other eminent dead whose rest will be transferred into the Reliquary Chapel. Rites of redemption will be held night and day. Thousands of the Christians will be allowed to kneel before the Ellis and pray for the Lord Captain's health and time. Well, then let's see what the ringleader has to say. shall perish in the cold void. Your heart shall beat its last. Blah, 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 blah. I have words to say with you as well, heretic. Every beast akin to you shall perish in flame. Their hearts shall burn away, and their lungs shall boil until their chest bursts. You promise us death. You're already cutting through your vicious spawn. Make it hurt. I've been waiting for this. Sound of your voice hangs in the air as the steel toes magnet pulverizes the man's knee and bone shards shred the decrepit flesh like shrapnel. Go and torture me. I'll endure it. My time may be up, but you are all doomed. I will gladly spit the words of truth in your face. They will burn you like acid. In death I will ascend to the host of pure voices. Wait the day. Are you the leader of the spawn? No, the herder of the pure. Came slaughtered us, heretic. My tribe has spawned a sorcerer. About to help brainwash more of their victims. Psychic ability, human-like high status within the cult. And Magus' specialty is recruitment and subjugation. Be mutants or Xenos. We are pure. Who's the many? True God. Why'd you make your name? None wander here. We are free to offer our prayers without fear of discovery. And the sight of dead heretics was pleasing. Trampling your bones was a righteous act. Continue. Alrighty. They did. Are there more of you freaks? Where did you even come from? 40 years ago, Profaner Theodora, false sovereigns, stopped and traveled to our planetary crew. Outpost that long served as bastion of the pure. My brother and I were chosen to embark on a ship, prepare for the coming. The uprising against your godless dominion has been many years in the making. And defiled. Cesspool of abomination must be burned. Who knows how many ships have been infected? Hang this cretin. Jesus Christ. Okie dokie. Arcanol seems to possibly some industrial tools. Theodora towers over her broken urn. Gaze is confident. Sharing those disturbed rotator's ashes. Biodagger. Defiles dumped remains on the floor, then connected a water pump that turns sarcophagus into a cistern. Sarcophagus belonged to the first reigner. Merciless time has erased their name from the stone. Turned to container supplies, ammunition, bandages lying on some pile on top of the bones. Monument to the was shattered to give defenders a better field of vision. All right. Gonna level up really quick, and then while I'm leveling up, we will get out of here. Thank you everybody for showing up and having a great time with me. sorry for starting late. Sorry for going late. Be good to each other, and hail Cargonia.
Hold on. Land of stolen things, obey the quartermaster, unless he's a ling. Miners don't die today. Cargo techs push freight. Our enemies in disarray. All hail Cargonia.
Get back to work.